Hello everybody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. We've been doing a lot of these recently. This is going well. So, we've done the Ironclad, we've done the Silent. It's now time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Defect. Cracked Core. At the start of each combat, channel 1 lightning. It's got 75 HP and 99 gold. I absolutely love this deck, and you'll see why. It's so good. You're going to have to leave your girlfriend know she can't swallow like that. Wow. What do I want to do here? Enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP or max HP plus 7. Alright, I think still continue with the max HP plus 7, I think. I'm going to go down the far left tree, far left tree here. Okay, so for those of you that have never seen this deck, seriously fantastic deck, one of my favorites. So, on the left hand side here, above my character, we have a lightning orb, right? Currently, we can have 3 orb slots at a time. And what it'll do is, at the end of my turn, it will deal 3 damage to a random enemy. There are certain cards that allow it to invoke, which allows it to do 8 damage to a random enemy, which is really powerful. And you'll see those later on. But for now, we haven't got one of those in our deck. This card here, Zap, allows us to channel 1 more lightning, which allows us to do another 3 damage every turn. So we're now currently on 6 damage. And we can just do 2 strikes here, because he's not actually going to attack us this turn. So I'm about to end my turn. 6 damage. There you go. Straight off the bat. This gets really powerful. Like, I can't explain it to you. This deck is really, really powerful later down the line. Dual Cast, which is the invoke, essentially. Allows me to invoke my next orb twice. However, evoking does remove the orb. He is OP. He's a really, really good character. So, evoking allows me to deal 16 damage here. But I would lose an orb by doing so. For now, I'm going to not do that. I'm going to actually just defend twice here and strike. I think I'll only invoke when I get the 3 chains. So there you go. I've got the 3 chain there. We'll block for 2. And now we are in a good run to finish him off this next turn. And there we go. That's our first boss. Well, our first enemy taken care of. What do we want to go for here? Compile Driver deals 7 damage. And then allows us to draw 1 card for each unique orb you have. Now, unique orb. Now, that doesn't mean if I had 3 lightnings, that wouldn't mean I could get 3 cards. There are different types of orbs. So currently, I believe there are a lightning orb, a dark orb, a ice frozen orb, which essentially allows you to get block. And there's an energy orb. There's 4 orbs in total. So that's a chance of getting 4 orbs. But more than likely, I'm going to go full lightning on this deck. So I reckon stack is probably going to be better for us. Let me just check what this one is. Go for the eyes. Attack. Deal 3 damage. If the enemy intends to attack, apply 1 weakness. It's actually not a bad card. Or we can go for stack. Gain block equal to the number of cards in your discard pile. Can be a very, very useful tool. I'm going to go for stack for this one. Okay, random encounter number 1. It's the shop, straight off the bat. Okay. So, the reason why I think, personally, this deck is really powerful is its power cards. So heat sinks allows us, whenever I play another power card, allows me to draw a card straight away. Now, right now, that's not going to be a very good card, because I don't have that many power cards, but I eventually will. So I'm definitely going to buy this. I made my mind up straight away as soon as I saw it. We also have Overclock, which allows us to draw 2 cards, but it does give us a burn into our discard pile. So it's... But it is good, though, because that is a 0 cost card. That's very good. We can use Consume, which gains us 2 focus. If you don't know what focus is, essentially, let's say my lightning is at 3 damage. When I gain 2 focus, it will become 5. So it just increases the damage of my orbs. But I do lose 1 orb slot. So I'd only have 2 orb slots as opposed to 3. So that is... It's a good card, but it's also a really negative card at the same time. Streamline's a really good card for us here. Deals 15 damage and reduce this card cost by 1 this combat. So if I get more than 1 of these, this is going to be a really good card. Streamline's a good card, and I can pay for it, so I'm going to get it. Thunderstrike is obviously the one that I would have definitely have liked to get, or would have liked to have gotten, but unfortunately I didn't have the money for. It's an attack card, and it deals 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning channeled this combat. It's a very, very powerful card, but it does cost 3 energy. I'm not even going to look at these relics because I'll just be upset with myself. And that's it. That's all we can do inside the shop anyway. Let's go down our next... no, I wanted to go for the whole lechery so I can go to the campfire. That's what I wanted to do. What do I want to do here? I definitely don't want to remove a card from my deck yet. I could transform a card. Transforming a card, essentially, you pick any card in your deck, and it will essentially get rid of that card, and then give a random chance for any other card. Or we could upgrade a card in the deck. Is there anything right now in my deck that I really feel would be beneficial? I'm going to transform here. And I reckon I'm going to transform Stack, because I'm not going to use it that much. Hopefully we get a big chance here. Something good. Force Field. Force Field isn't that great. Which button is it to check? Force Field costs 1 less energy for each power card played this combat. So I suppose once I actually do get my power cards on the go, it's not a bad card. And it does gain 12 block, which is pretty awesome. But at the minute, it's pretty useless. Okay, our next combat. Obviously, because of our relic, we start with a lightning straight off the bat. Start the game. Let's use another zap here, and we'll block here for... We're going to get hit for 1 here, but that's fine. Heatsink for now, I'm not going to play. Or do I want to? I suppose I might as well. Because all I can do this turn is strike twice anyway. So we might as well use it. We only have enough to block for 5. If we evoke here, we'd gain 16 damage. Yep, we can kill this in this turn. It's a good job as well. Apply 3 vulnerable as a fear potion. What we're going to get here, all skills, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Innate, really useful. Gain 10 boost. Boot sequence, pretty useful. Or we can gain 6 block for 0 as well. Decrease this card by 1 each time. it's used in combat. I'm going to go for boot sequence here. Another random encounter. Will we get lucky? That's the question. Technically have gotten lucky there. Gaining some gold, I reckon, is what we should go for. We definitely don't want to remove a card from our deck yet. Because A, we will lose HP. Alright, to the camp. Let's smith. What cards should we smith here? This will definitely be useful in the future. But for now, it's really not. I reckon Zap to 0 is really good, so I'm going to go for that. So it makes it a 0 cost item. At the moment, Heat Sinks is the only power I have in my deck at the minute. So that's why it's useless. Kill one enemy here. We might as well use the power. I'm sure you have probably guessed that right by now why this deck is one of my favourite decks. It does get ridiculous as well. Might as well. Oh, I've actually just made a grave error. 6 damage here. No, that's fine because we can do. Yeah, that's fine. Evoke your next orb. Channel the orb that was evoked. So channeling essentially allows it to go back into the far right empty slot, and automatically invokes it to that section. It's pretty useful. I don't know. Go for the eyes might be a decent one too. Yeah, because making an enemy weaker is really useful. I'm going to go for the eyes for once. I've never actually done that before, but now we have 2 options here. We can go for a standard boss or an elite boss. The elite boss will give us a better relic at the end, or we can just go down the normal tree and take it easy. What boss have we got at the end here? The slime. So the slime shouldn't be too difficult, actually. I'm going to go for the elite enemy here. And it's this guy. This guy's usually quite hard. What do I want to do here? At the end of this turn, gain 8 block. Jeez. We want to wake this guy up as soon as possible, if that's the case. So he's confused for now. Do some damage for now, just until he starts attacking us. So next turn, he's going to attack for 18. We can use our zap, obviously. We'll definitely block here. What else we got? Apply vulnerable +3 and then draw 3 cards. We'll use those next turn, I think. This is definitely the kind of boss you definitely want to be using that kind of stuff on. Definitely want to go for the zap here. Vulnerable, we'll definitely use boot sequence. We'll use attack. Defend and evoke. Just purely for the fact that he's vulnerable is why I evoked. We want to go for full-on attack here. He's nearly dead already. which is pretty awesome, actually. He hasn't hit us for that much as well, considering. Although he would have done if we kept him alive for much longer. Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card into your deck. That's very good. So, our next power, Loop. This is where it starts to get a lot more better. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next orb. When that's upgraded, that will turn to 2 orbs as opposed to 1. And it's an extra power, which allows us to draw more. We got Pen Nib. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage. Let's go for another enemy here. Okay. So using both of the powers will cost us 2. Yep, we can do all of these. Brilliant. It was a good turn. Okay, so he's dealing 7 damage. I don't mind getting hit for 2. So long as we do some more damage like we have just done. Bish just made this on the map maker. Yeah, it's that good. I'm just that good. Nearly dead. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly taking him out. And there we go. It was a relatively straightforward fight. Glacier gains 7 block and channel 2 frost. So that's 7 block plus 2 frost orbs, which will give us, I think it's 4 block as well. So that's 11 block, plus it would push our lightning orbs out of rotation. Could be a lifesaver. Let's do it. I reckon we're safe here to upgrade a card. And the question is, which one of these do I want to upgrade? Because it's definitely going to be those two. We'll just Glacier update to 10. Okay. Next 2 triggers, and then I'm going to go for Loop here. And then we'll go for enemy next. Got 5 damage here. And all I can do really is attack. Wasn't very good for attack damage really that turn. The robot looks weird. Are you on about my character? Is that what you're on about? Well, we got very lucky that turn. Only one of them actually wanted to attack us, and it was the one that was really weak. He's wearing Minecraft diamond armor. So, our power. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next 2 orbs. So, on our next turn, that's going to be really powerful. So, I can kill here. I can kill one, or I can... I'm going to use Glacier here. So that will give us, in total, 11 block. We're going to get hit because of it. And they both died. Creative AI is the best card in this deck, in my personal opinion. Again, another power to add to our collection. And that's where it just gets really insane. See, now I really want to go for Creative AI here, but that is a lot of damage. 10 block. I'm going to go for it. Going to get hit for quite a bit here, but you'll see why I've gone for it. So, now. I'll turn... Wow, okay. It just summoned another Creative AI. I need some more relics so that I can get some more energy at the start of every turn. 5 block. I'm in a bit of trouble here, actually, to be honest. This is actually quite a hard fight. This is a great card. Hit that up as 5. Use the channel of the lightning. Use force field. Deal the damage to that guy. And then kill everybody. There we go. That was good. So we could go for another streamline here. Starts off quite expensive, but then gets really good later. So let's do that. Another random encounter. What are we going to get this time? We are definitely going to heal for 27. There is no doubt about it. I just sent them to the Shadow Realm. And then we'll definitely heal up as well here. So we're nearly back up to full health. And because we fell asleep, we also get a choice of what we want to do here. Draw 2 cards, add a burn into your... Buffer is okay. But again, these are getting really expensive. And I need something that's not expensive. So I'm going to go for Overclock. Okay. Last boss of the first floor. Here we go. So we might as well start off with Streamline here. He's not going to attack us this turn. The slime boss here will split when it gets to 50% health. And will split into 2 smaller monsters. 2 smaller slimes. Currently he's going to put a negative debuff on us. And honestly, that's really all we can do. He does look a bit like the Slime King from Terraria. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when I first saw this boss as well. Going to go straight for Creative AI here. He's not actually doing anything other than getting ready to do a massive attack. So, I'm going to use Creative AI. So, I'll use Heatsink. I'll use Overclock. Focus to make the force field less expensive. Then use 12 defense, I suppose. Might have been bad plays, but I think we'll still pull this off. another power here as well, which will allow us to... So the reason why we keep using these powers is because now I'm just going to let the orbs do the damage for me. So again here in a loop, Storm is a really good card. So he's now going to split now regardless. So we can go for full-on strike here. And he will now split into two. And they will also split into two as well when they die. Because we've been using loop and stuff like that, we can now... Essentially, our orbs just keep attacking when we start a turn and end a turn. Okay, so he's going to split now into two. And he will now split into two because we've got them both down to half health.